What's going on, everyone? How are you doing? It is Friday, and oh, what a Friday it is. What's going on, Don? Don, sorry to hear about your tough day at work the other day. Hopefully, today's easier. What's going on, Chef? Ice Wolf, what up, man? How are you doing? So, foosball, that wonderful sport, quite an interesting and sad turn of events yesterday. Um, if you didn't see it, don't watch it. Ah, there you go, Don. Because it's rough. Sunday versus the Bills. Tua, late in the second quarter, um, took a little bit of a shove. How about now? What's going on, S&M? Who doesn't love a little S&M in the chat? So for those who didn't see it, Tua got a little bit of a shove. I'm not underplaying it. Knocked him off balance against Buffalo, and he hit the back of his head. When he stood up, his knees buckled, and he shook his head twice. Sign of a concussion. I've been concussed numerous times. I played football for 4 years. I coached football for a year. I've played hockey, baseball, and been beamed in the nugget. I've been in a lot of bar fights. I was in the military. I have a really cool scar that you'll be able to see in the right light right here from where I busted my head open fighting a fire in the Navy. What's going on, Ruru2? Kevin P. West in the house, shaking his mushroom butt. Soccer, taking too much of a header. Right? That's what I'm saying. What's going on, Lee? Craig, what's going on, buddy? Yo, Kai. How you doing? So obvious concussion. Teddy Bridgewater comes in the game. And in halftime, it's basically just assumed that he's not coming back for the second half. Lo and behold, after the Dolphins had tweeted during halftime he is being evaluated for a head injury, he comes back into the game. Everybody, including the announcers, are shocked. The Miami deletes the tweet and then retweets it as a back and hip injury. Oh yeah, concussions are not fun. Again, I've had many of them. They're miserable. I was in a car accident where it was my fault. I was pulling out of a parallel spot. I saw the car way down the street, knew I had time, and didn't realize the car was speeding. Tore the front half of my car off. My head hit the crossbar of the car and literally broke the plastic that was on that rail. I had concussion symptoms for 10 days. But I digress. Not about me. So suddenly Tua did not have a concussion. And he was fine to play. And as you know, they go and they beat the Bills. 4 days later, yesterday, Tua starts for the Bengals. Now, even if it was just a back and hip injury, you're probably not going to start your franchise quarterback week 4 if he's that banged up. And the worst possible thing that could happen happens. He takes a hit. And I will say this, as much as I love Cincy, and I do, I don't speak ill of the Bengals. They looked fantastic last night. especially their uniforms. You can't grab a quarterback around the waist and kind of spin him around and suplex him to the ground. That was no bueno. But moving past that, Tua hits his head again. This time, he hits it so hard that he is completely knocked unconscious, and his arms and hands go into fencing pose, fencing posture. That is where everything locks up while you're unconscious. It's a defense mechanism. White Tiger helmets were cool. That is a traumatic brain injury, typically reserved for a brain stem injury. And most people pointed out this could be a second concussion issue, and there's a word for it. I don't remember what it's called. This second concussion syndrome thing that happens. But it can be lethal. It's not a joke. It's not something to be played around with. If you've had a concussion, you are supposed to protect your bean for a while, because the brain is a slow healer if it heals at all. And Tuesday could be season ending, could be career ending. Pat LaFontaine was a center for the Buffalo Sabres and the New York Islanders, and his career was effectively ended by concussions. There is a list of professional sports athletes that careers were cut short from concussions. But the NFLPA is investigating the handling of Tua during the Bills game because it is believed that somebody failed Tua if Tua didn't fail himself. Now, this shouldn't be a surprise. The coaches coach the players on how to get through concussion protocol. The warrior mentality. I'm fine. I got this. I'm okay. There's ways that they can coach them to get through that. It's just a fact of the game. But the medical professional should just simply take one look at him falling over and him shaking his head. It wasn't his back. I will take that lawsuit. That's a lie. The Miami Dolphins are lying when they state that he did not have a head injury in the Bills game. I will stake everything on that. That's Miami Dolphins are lying. You don't shake your head twice to clear out the cobwebs when your back hurts. I know, because my back hurts every day. And if you go to your favorite person to get your sports news, not named me, Pat McAfee is who I went to today, and he and AJ said, this could lead to a loss of license. This could come back on the Dolphins. They could lose money and draft picks. This is just the beginning of a story that could be and have massive repercussions and yet again change the protocol for concussions. It is horrible. Even though the Dolphins are AFC East and they're our rivals, you will never hear me speak ill of the Dolphins either. I have said from the beginning of the season, from even as far back as last season, I hope we can have the old school rivalry. Either it be the Dolphins and the Bills or the Bills and the Jets. That is what really drives football, and interdivisional matchups are key. So I don't want to see Tua hurt. And it's really sad that this is still going on with all of the research that is happening for football. So I wanted to just kind of address that and form your own opinions too. Look at if you have a strong constitution, look at the footage. The first hit wasn't good. Second hit was even worse. And now they're saying, yes, he has a concussion and he's going through protocol, but he flew home with the team. And there's actually grumblings that he may start uh, in a week and a half because they have the long bye or the mini bye, where if you play Thursday, you don't play the following Sunday, you play the next Sunday. So he has basically 10 days off. And there's grumblings that he's expected to play in 10 days. It's going to be interesting because this will be referenced again on Sunday. Well, no matter what game you watch, you will be hearing about this in some capacity. I am sure of it. What's going on, Hellbolt? Love you, man. So what I'm saying is go Pats. No, I have no respect for the Patriots. I will say this, and hit the clip button and the recording button, because I don't say this often. Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. I can't deny that. He knows the NFL rules better than the people who wrote the rules. The reason he does a lot of the jerkish stuff he does is to show the hole in the rules and force them to close it. He's actually said that out of his own mouth. He doesn't do things to be an idiot. Usually he will point out to the NFL that there's a loophole. And when they don't listen to him, he uses it in a game. Like lining up a running back outside of the hash marks and saying he's ineligible so that a DB covers him even though he can't catch the ball legally. He told them that loophole was there. They chose to ignore it, so he used it in the Super Bowl to really good effect. Yokai's like, I think a well-known doctor who is in that field saying why he is out there. Yeah. It's insane. And a lot of CTE experts have come forward and made videos saying that it's even without being there, you could tell he should not have been on the field. So it is an interesting turn of events and a sad turn of events. On a more positive football note, the kickoff mixer. I woke up to Chef demanding that we break the mixer today. And he put his money where his mouth is, and he bought 2 spots. Honestly, Steve, every player has complained about the turf as well, causing knees, causing ankles, causing a lot of things. How am I feeling? Oh, great, dude. Little tired, but I'm great. So Chef grabbed 2 divisions from this division break. There's 4 left. This is going to feature 2020 cards. It's literally a mountain. It's a mountain of stuff that we're going to open. And there's stuff behind the other stuff. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. How are you doing, Hellbolt? That should be the follow-up question. But I would love to knock this out. Once we move this break, there are a couple of other things that we may have available. We have one more case. It is, it's right there. Can't do it backwards looking in a mirror. There it is. One more case of the super break stuff that we can either do hit break style or individual. But we have had this 2020 football mixer up for a while. And if we sell this out, we can shelve the 3rd one we have available for a later date. These 2020 quarterbacks are not going anywhere, with the exception of maybe Tua. But this is Herbert and Love and that guy from Cincy. What's his name? Joe Cool. In there. I also wanted to talk a little bit about some of the games that are happening this week. There are a lot of injuries that are happening. Well, good, Bolt. Everything is content, they say, Bolt. my spot real quick. What's going on, Brent? He says, I'm at the Cleveland game in my seats. Well, then you shouldn't be watching me. You should be watching that game. I'm sure it's a stunner. All right, so I know I got some Seahawks fans in the chat. I know because I pay attention. Seahawks fans rejoice. The sun god, Amon-Ra St. Brown, is not playing. One less weapon for you to worry about. But wait, Seattle, there's more. Swifty is a no-go for today. It's not happening. They're not playing. Sorry, Kevin. I know that's your team. It is just no bueno for Detroit. So the Seahawks may have a hope and a prayer. Jets and Steelers. The coach did blow it last week. Well, it's a new coach. It's going to happen. Still a ton of talent on the team. But, oh boy, you're going to have to be looking for some creative ways to score. Sounds good, man. Jets and Steelers, man, I would love to see the Steelers do something. I would love Mitch to be money. But if he doesn't get his head out of the clouds, it's going to be picket fences for the near future. Bears and Giants. I love Brian Daboll. I do. I think he's a fantastic coach. But it looks like no Kadarius Toney. It looks like no Wan'Dale Robinson. Who are you going to have this poor guy, Mr. Jones? Who's going to throw to? You got the poor guy scrambling for 50, 60 yards a game now. He shouldn't be. The Bears' passing is abysmal. Who's leading the passing? Is it ESB? Is their top guy? What happened to Mooney? Komet doesn't exist in that offense. That should be an extremely low-scoring game. I'm taking the under on that one, if ever there was one. Yeah, it is a very good thing the Lions let Galladay go, because that contract was too big, and his utilization is doo-doo. Need me in their bullpen. I have a mean 62-mile-an-hour fastball, and my changeup takes about a week and a half to get there. Titans Colts. Now there's a game you can sink your teeth into. The Colts are getting Pittman back. Aiden is going to have another big day. He should with that offensive line. Their offensive line is offensive. It's offensive. Colts, Titans, I think the Bills exposed the Titans. But I think the Titans have more firepower than the Colts. We'll see. That one could be tighter than it should be. I'm going to say Titans there. Chargers and Texans. What about their quarterback? Air Bear is not going to be 100%. He's going to take a pain shot if he plays. The Texans, I think, are an offensive scheme away from being really good. Dameon Pierce is becoming as advertised. Mills needs to step up his game. They have really good wide receivers, if they can scheme them into the open. I personally see the Chargers winning. I would love to see Houston take out the Chargers. Sorry, Armando. I would love to see the Texans, though. Raiders have an O-line, and the Broncos have a good defense. I'd bet heavy on Denver. It's going to come down to coverage. Carr has a lot of weapons at his disposal. I just wish Jacobs could figure out how to run again. Because you need to take the pressure off of Carr. With that said, boy, oh boy, that Russell trade looks bad. They gave up their future for somebody who was out of his scheme and was using his old play calls against his old team that knew all the calls. Denver is in a lot of trouble if they can't figure out what they did wrong at quarterback. The Seahawks have to face the music and do a total rebuild next year. They're going to have, over the next 2 years, a lot of firepower to do so. Look for Seattle to start dumping players right around week 6 or 7. I think they're going to have a fire sale. I think Pete Carroll is going to make a decision. Does he want to coach the rebuild at 70, 77, 72? Too old? I'm not a Pete Carroll fan, by the way. Does he want to man that rebuild, or does he want to take the time to pass the mantle to somebody else? 80. Yeah, something like that. I know he's up there. What did he coached, Sammy Baugh? 2 points if you know who Sammy Baugh is. Browns, Falcons. I just want the Falcons to win because I hate the Browns. Sorry, Brent, but I hate the Browns. If you go out of your way to grab Watson and gamble your future on that pervy dude, by the way, all opinions on this show are those of DC the Breaker and not necessarily of DCD Collects. But if you gamble your future for that turd burger, I'm going to bet against you moving forward. I don't care if the Patriots are playing the Browns. I'm going to be a Patriots fan for that day. The Commanders and the Cowboys. Jahan Dotson is way more than advertised. So much so that the rookie is taking the lion's share of targets. Now the question is, the Cowboys have a this is going to sound funny. A unknown, unpolished, rough-cut gem, absolute stud coming in Cooper Rush, and creating a quarterback controversy that really doesn't exist with Dak Prescott. But my goodness, Dallas showing a little stank on their recovery. I love it. Jaguars and Eagles. Jalen Hurts will be running for his life. Let's hope Jalen Hurts can actually get beyond the line of scrimmage while he is running, because the Jags D is impressive. Ask the Colts how good they are at bottling people up. I would love to see T-Law continue his streak. He got a bad rap being under that bum Urban Meyer. How about those Cowboys? Elliott and Prescott contracts look really good, huh? I'm a Prescott fan. I'm a Prescott fan, not necessarily for him, coming out of Mississippi State, being, I think it was a 4th-round draft pick, but him addressing mental health is what makes me a fan of Dak Prescott. He earns his money alone, to me, by being a spokesperson for that. I think the Jags will take the Eagles here. I think T-Law will stay strong, get it done. Bills-Ravens, if you've watched a Bills-Ravens game over the last 3 years, you'll know we have Lamar's number. I'm not even going to comment much on it. It's Bills by $1 billion. Panthers and Cardinals. Hellbolt is really important. More people should. I am a Kyler Murray hater. I shouldn't say hater. doubter. On paper, this fluty clone should not be as successful as he is. With that said, I have shares of his receivers in different leagues, and I'm glad he is. The Panthers don't have it. CMC is supposed to play. If they're going to saddle CMC with 30 touches, then you might see a win if he doesn't get injured walking out during the anthem. Otherwise, it's the Cardinals. Patriots and Packers. Mac Jones doesn't have a chance. Oh, wait, that's right. He has a high ankle sprain. So Hoyer, who is 0-11 for his last 11 games, I think. 0-13 in games that he started. Yeah, Green Bay by your entire house. That's how much they'll win by. Sneezing, he is down, yeah. The Cards should be better than they are. I agree with that 100%. Kyler should not be as good as he is because he needs a booster seat to see over the line. But he scrambles and makes it happen. Chiefs and Bucks, I don't like either team. I don't like the Chiefs because of last year, and I'm still salty about it. I'll admit it. 13 seconds sucks. And the Bucks have Tom Brady, who sucks. His paltry 9-point average on fantasy is embarrassing, even for a 56-year-old quarterback. I think the Chiefs are going to pummel the Bucks, and it's going to be funny. The Ninja! What's going on, darling? How you doing? Tell me, how is your Saturday? What's up, Mandala? How are you? They used to say Drew Brees was short, too. I agree. Severe trauma from the Cards-Raiders game. Yeah, I mean, that is the Falcons in the Super Bowl. That was an epic blunder. That was the Bills Houston meltdown. But yeah, Chiefs are they're gonna manhandle it. The Bucks defense is really good. Don't get me wrong. The defense could keep them in it. But I don't see Brady putting up the points to beat the Chiefs right now because he has not put up the points yet. Brady's just not there. If he has all of his weapons, that's a different story. That remains a question. Mandala, man, I'm good. How are you doing is the question. And finally, Rams and 49ers. Our dear friend Doug will tell you that if there's one team that has the Rams number, it's the Niners. The Niners don't have Trey Lance, so they are instantly upgraded at quarterback with Jimmy G. The Rams, on the other hand, have a quarterback who I have severe questions about his elbow. They say it's manageable, but he's not pushing it down the field the way he was last year. Yes, they're still scoring points. Yes, they're still moving the ball. But if somebody can figure out how to bottle up Cooper Kupp, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And San Francisco has a defense that could do it. With that said, I say the Rams win by a field goal in that game on Monday night, which I will be watching intently. And I might even try to call Doug and see if I can get him on speaker to do a simulcast so I can hear his reactions. Chef, I have to look. I will look in a second. Think they'll extend the end zone for the Niners game. Stafford will play through. No, he will. He absolutely will. And he has been, because the elbow thing was before the season started. I don't think they're being truthful on what's really wrong. I don't think they've come out and said exactly what's wrong still. They're definitely hiding something. Not many passes over 20. Yes, there are some. But compared to last year, the number of passes over 20 yards in the air, substantially less. But I like the Rams. I have nothing bad to say against the Rams. I would love the Rams to play the Bills in the Super Bowl and lose. That would be awesome. I mean, if there was a team that I could pick the Bills to play in the Super Bowl not named Tampa, I would pick the Rams. So Craig has grabbed some archives. So Chef, it looks like those 4 spots are still remaining. He has Peyton Manning arm his last season right now. In essence, correct. Give me one second. Yeah, I can do that for you, Chef. That means only 3 spots remain. All right, I gotta do math. Give me a second. I'm gonna refund you $5. That's the difference too. Just so you are aware. Ice Wolf, absolutely, man. Whatever you want. All right, let me update the product numbers. All right, 3 divisions remain. One of these days, we are going to be in a position where I have a proper producer that I will just point at and be like, change this. And you will have substantially less dead air. But until that happens, no, Chef, we, for tax purposes, have to do everything pretty cut and dry. Sorry, man. Oh no. Don, no. Not at all. Trust me, I've had producers in my past that really didn't know what they were doing. Scraper, that sounds made up in body. Want to become famous? Actually, I already am, bro, but thanks. I am hugely and widely successful. I do not need your help. But please, by all means, the next time you put on a fresh, dry pair of socks, step in a puddle. Got to get one of my my mods to get that out of there. Quick learner as long as it's not book learning. No, it's on the fly, man. Producing is all about being on the fly. Craig. Craig, would you like to know what is inside this box by chance? Some eagle-eyed viewers will notice that I have a heck of a lot more room now. Yes, we have a brand new 3-foot by 2-foot mirror behind this. So now I actually have room for activities. So, by the way, the crackling in the microphone, I've traced it back to my Scarlett 2i2 from Focusrite. So I'm going to send them an email and ask, why is everything I'm plugging into this machine doing that? It's terrible, right? You have I have room for activities. I do. It's like stacking two beds into a bunk bed. Gives you so much more room for activities. Craig's like, no big deal. It's just a dual autograph. Funtivities and crafternooning. What are you doing this crafternoon? Oh, spending the entire crafternoon getting the glitter out of places it doesn't belong. Like, my ears and my belly button. Craig has a 2022 Topps Archive SIG series. He wants a card that has more than one autograph on it. Not a big ask, but a huge ask. Let's do it anyway. Maddie knows. Maddie knows. It is everywhere. It doesn't have two SIGs on there, but it has one really good SIG. It's out of 23, number 21 out of 23, and it's a Yankee. He's a pitcher. And this is from 1988 Topps. Ron Guidry. So, the funny thing is, I am not a fan of those establishments. I used to work in one as a bouncer, and after seeing the underbelly, I do not enter them anymore. Speaking of stashes, oh yeah. There you go, man. Where'd my markers go? Oh, while I have your attention, all 16 of you, I am not going to be here Thursday or Friday of next week. So after tonight and tomorrow, it will be a solid week before you see this stash on your TV or phone or tablet, or for some of you, desktop, if that's what you're into. I will be in New York. my only sister, the youngest of my five of my four siblings, five total kids, is getting married. And I will be headed there to see this joyous occasion. I am the oldest of my whole entire generation of my family. And I am also the only one married of the five kids until next week. Then it'll be the baby and the oldest brother being the only ones. We are bookending the relationships of my family. It is homecoming week. I am not for New York Comic Con. No, I will be. I will be much like most of my pre-adult life, living in my mother's basement. Uh, while I'm there, I will take the opportunity while in my mother's basement to write as many bad, one-sided reviews of things on the internet. I will be trolling hard simply because I will be in my mother's basement, and I feel like it is my duty to troll for the 6 days that I have that opportunity. Trolling now in my own apartment with my wife and a kid is kind of like cheating. It doesn't feel right. But being at home in mommy's basement and being overweight, I feel I must troll. East Aurora, no, I will not. Though I used to live in East Aurora. I will be out in Alden for half of the week. Have to be an angsty teen in mommy's basement. Yeah, that's true. Or an angsty 24-year-old. Some people just stay home longer than others. Are you going to be looking around your mother's basements for old comics and maybe find a couple of Spider-Man gems like Steve did? No. My mother's basement was flooded in 1999, and I lost my entire card collection and the few comic books I did have. So thank you, Don, for bringing up that absolutely soul-crushing and traumatic part of my childhood. I really appreciate you dredging that on live internet TV, and I look forward to watching it again tomorrow when I look back to see how the show went. No, actually, I didn't collect comic books as a kid. You, he's like, you guys, I'm genuinely shocked. You all don't have first appearance of Black Suit Spider-Man? I mean, it wasn't newsstand. It's just direct edition. No, I'm kidding. I read comic books as a kid. I did. I don't want to sound like somebody that pushes something that I wasn't into. There's nothing I can I do what I can, my friend. Better than when I lost my comic book collection. I will let you tell that story in a second. Actually, you can type that story up while I'm telling this one. So I used to go with my parents to the grocery store, as most young kids did in the 80s, because I'm old. And I used to be tiny, so I could sit under the cart where, most people put the water. And back then, the carts were a little bit higher than they are now. And I would read either Batman or X-Men or Wolverine. Those were my go-to. I loved X-Men. I loved Batman and Robin. But the more Batman and Robin comics I read, the more I realized I like X-Men style better and became a Marvel person. But I didn't collect them because that $3 was something my parents couldn't spend, especially if they knew I already read it. Why would they pay for me to have it? Like a book or something. So I always liked them. I always understood them. I knew a lot of the character plots because I read them. But I didn't become a collector until Spawn #1 when somebody said, hey, you need to buy this. This is the greatest comic book ever made. This guy used to do Spider-Man. This guy used to do Batman. This guy is the guy. Check him out. Todd McFarlane. And I was like, oh, Todd McFarlane. Yeah, that's cool. I got it. So I bought Spawn #1. I still have my original. I don't know why I have Marvel mixed with indie, but that is the state of things right now in here. I need another box is what it boils down to, I think. Oh, that's such a good book. Oh, it is in my other box. Did I learn how to swim? I did. Just not that day. All right, Don, I promise I'll read that in a moment for everybody who doesn't want to have to read that screen. What's going on, Doug? All right, Don says, visiting my family in Pittsburgh when I was 11 or 12 years old, I had most of my comic books with me in the car. Coming down the hills, I had a rare bout of motion sickness. Before my father could get the car pulled over, I got a look at my lunch as it went all over my comics, including the 2 Spider-Man comics Steve just found in his mother's house. Yikes! Goodness gracious. That is not good for the paper. Not good at all. This is the first comic book I ever collected. This is the actual copy still, the original one. It is not in fantastic shape. It is heavily read. It's even got scoring on the cover right there. I don't care. This is much like this sports card. What's going on, Dangle? This was the first card I ever collected. This was the first comic. I was heartbroken to find out that Todd McFarlane was signing comic books for free. Or else I would have brought this with me to have it signed, my personal copy. It wasn't good for the 77 olds either. Yeah, I bet. So I was a bit downtrodden. So my dear friend and brother Trevor happened to have a very crispy copy of Spawn #1 on hand that he had me get signed by Todd. I traded him the gold foil Spawn #1 limited edition out of 1500 for this. That was our even trade. Spawn #1 signed for Spawn #1 signed. Now I still need to get this one signed as well to have my first copy signed. But that was when that came out, was it 92, 93? That was the first comic book that I ever officially collected. Dangle. We have 3 spots left in the division break where one lucky person is going to walk away with a jersey. We had a flurry of sales this morning to get this almost sold out. Now we got 3 left. This is hunting for 2020 quarterbacks. But yes, that was my foray into comic books. And after that Spawn book number one, I started grabbing all the comic books I could get my hands on because, man, these are really easy to keep and have, and they're cool. At the time, I was like, I can now read them and look at the art whenever I want. Uh, Thankfully, I stopped after about book 6 or 7 when somebody said, don't open that. Just buy a second one. Spend the $3. And that's what I did. Yeah, Dangle, it's a kickoff break. It's like the one we did week 1 of the NFL, where Bourbon walked away with, actually, he walked away with literally this jersey right here. This exact jersey is the one that Bourbon ended up winning, because his name was drawn at the end. So yeah, we're also talking about foosball. I was chatting up what's going on. Oh, you were in that break. Then you remember. Yeah, we didn't hit very many quarterbacks. It was actually, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting at least a couple of Burrows to come through. Maybe a few Tuas. I think we got one of each, is what it boiled down to. Oh, what a week it has been. Um, yeah, Doug, we were actually just talking about, Doug, I will let you validate this without me guiding you. Of all the teams in the NFL, what team has the Rams number typically year in, year out? San Francisco. Doug, who do you guys play on Monday Night Football this week? Craig, they are random divisions. And then at the end, we will random the jersey to everybody involved. So, if you everybody has a shot at the jersey at the end. Doug, I said the same thing, but I did say that the Rams win by a field goal. Dangle's like, against my better judgment, I grab one spot, no more, no less. That means there's only 2 spots remaining. Hey, gotta be in it to win it, right, Dangle? I mean, those jerseys cost twice as much. Hoping we get over the hump by beating them when we really need to. Yeah, that's true. Made it look easy last year. Rams will blow them out. Listen, maybe if Trey was their quarterback, but Jimmy G's in control. All right, 2 spots remain. Chef, you do. Let me pull up your order. Oh, Doug is tempting fate. Who's going to take up Doug on the offer? If one more division goes, Doug will put his money where his mouth is. And by mouth, I mean creation of the break. Chef, of all the people in the Star Wars universe, whose signature would you like to see right now? Oh, Dangle, I addressed that at the top of the video. Oh my god, if it's Han Solo, Maddie says. Carrie Fisher, so this is a true story. Mr. Kevin P. West, artist extraordinaire and downright good fellow. James Earl Jones, who is, gave up his Darth Vader's voice will now be AI, will be CG. So fun fact, Kevin P. West, you are actually staring at the person on the screen who 2 years ago pulled the Carrie Fisher 1 of 1 out of this product. Not the 2022, but out of the 2020. Fact, it graded a 10. Yeah, that person said it is never leaving their collection. So it's not unprecedented for me to do that. It's not unprecedented for me to pull an absolute hero of the resistance who happens to be female. It would not be unprecedented for me to pull a female hero of the resistance numbered out of 50, specifically 7 out of 50. It's Rose Tico. Kelly Marie Tran. She is a fan favorite. They definitely gave her a better arc than I think they originally intended to, yet the overall arcs of the final trilogy fell flat. However, I do love her story. Exactly, Ninja. Exactly. Yep, she loses her sister. She loses most of her squadron. She infamously tases Finn. There you go, man. Awesome. I dig it, man. She's a good, strong female lead, man. I love it. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, Kevin. And I did hear about that, and it is, as John Leguizamo would say. So, yeah, man. That was no bueno. She did a fine job acting. I wish they stayed with the original storyline of Ray and Finn, because that's really what the whole thing, and even the director said that was what the first thing was all about. And then they decided to come in and put their own thumbprint on the franchise, and it just, Going on, Brent. That's right. And it also, it's not just her. It is what, it's the toxic gatekeeping of the fans is what it boils down to. Because you had the kid that played young Anakin, and he would go to school and get bullied, and he would go online and see the things that were said about his ability to act as a 8-year-old, and he went off the rails because of that. Then you have Hayden Christensen, who George Lucas said did exactly what I told him to do. That came from the horse's mouth. He did it exactly the way I told him to do it. And that pushed Hayden to not want to act again. And Hayden was actually surprised that he was being cheered when he reprised the role as Darth Vader / Anakin. All right, Brent, good job, man. Congrats. Jar Jar Binks. That actor, wildly talented, Ahmad Best. Fantastic actor. Wonderful. May be seeing autographs of his in the future. He was relegated to obscurity because of the character he was voicing. Sandman. So-called fans are not even listening to the author who wrote the dang novel. Right? All right, Doug bought a spot. There is only one spot left. Who's buying the last division spot? Yeah, so Ahmad has been brought in by Disney to do some of the live stuff as a Jedi, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a pro like most of you in the chat. Oh, Craig, no. I'm sorry, I missed your notion. Derek is correct. So that jersey is going to be separate. What we're going to do is we're going to do the divisions. And then at the end, I'm going to random everybody that bought a spot. And whoever's name is on the top after 7 randoms, I will open the jersey for. So everybody has an equal shot per buy-in for that jersey after they're assigned their division. The jersey is a bonus. So, Maddie, what is a ring class? I don't know why. But boy, oh boy, do I have A Nightmare Before Christmas stuck in my head. The M's facing the Guardians in the wild card round. I can tell you honestly and truly, I have not watched a single baseball game this year. I don't know if I'll ever watch one again unless I'm live in the stadium. Even before I gave up on baseball, I preferred being in stadium than watching on TV, which is contrary to what most people feel. I would rather sit at the game and watch it than watch it on TV. Oh, that reminds me, I have to shoot a DM to Murph and let him know that this is breaking. It is 100 times better in person. Speaking of Star Wars, when Disney Plus is going to start making origin stories for each of the stormtroopers? Oh, what is the name of the planet? Geonosis? Geonosis? Genesis? Um, I don't want to do spoilers, but there is a way that you could kind of get into that. Ice Wolf's like, yeah, I doubt that'll be a hit. I mean, look at Bad Batch. Bad Batch was a hit. I think Bad Batch is some of the best stuff they've done in a while. Best friend Artie bought tickets for us. I've never been to an M's playoff game. I'm so excited. One more win and the M's are in. For those who are wondering who the M's are, I believe he's talking about the Milwaukee Braves. Stormtroopers always miss, so it's hard to get a hit. I see what you did there. Yeah, I don't like all that background interference that I'm getting. It's terrible. The Hershey M's from Hershey, Pennsylvania. When they showed Camino completely empty and being destroyed, it made me really sad. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what just happened is something everybody who bought into this break could possibly fear. let's hear it for Bourbon, who just bought the last spot in this break. RIP everybody's chance of winning. All sales are final. All sales are final. Let's get this started. Oh, Bourbon. Yes, I was just sitting here looking at my fans. There's something, man. There he is. There's Bourbon. Oh, we were just talking about selling the last spots. And you swoop in and just ruin everybody's night. And I love you for it. That's amazing. Oh, goodness gracious. That is so choice. Now you and Doug are going to be battling head to head. Oh, goodness gracious. That's so good. Oh, man. Okay. Let me, Derek's like, I told you it was best against my better judgment. Oh, goodness. All right. Okay. All right, okay. Oh. Steven and I are driving to pick up food, and you said that, and I literally said out loud, Bourbon! It's him! 7-year anniversary of Greg. Lots of love on this. Oh. Dig it, man. Was Greg the, cop? Yep. I remember, man. Just when people think I don't pay attention, I do. For those who don't know, Greg was a fantastic human being, very close to Bourbon. Happened to be an officer of the law, one of the good ones. Enjoyed a good Hawaiian shirt and a nice time. And he is unfortunately no longer with us. So not only is Bourbon buying into this break in the last slot, he's buying it with a purpose. All right, let's start doing some randoming, shall we? We got Bourbon, Chef, Dangle, Doug, Ice Wolf, and Murph. Are we good there? I believe we are. All right, 7 times. And then we'll take the divisions. Seven times. And now, Bourbon, you have the AFC West. That's going to be the Chiefs, Raiders, Bolts, and Broncos. That is Air Bear. Dangle, the AFC East. Bills, Dolphins with Tua. Jets and Patriots. Chef, you have the NFC East and the West. So you got the Cardinals, the Rams, San Fran, the Seahawks, Eagles, with I believe Hurts, the Giants, Dallas, and actually no, I think Hurts was last year, and Washington. Ice Wolf, NFC South. Panthers, Saints, Bucks, and Falcons. Chef, you also get the AFC South. That's the Texans, the Colts, the Titans, and the Jags. Doug has the AFC North. That's going to be the Bengals with Burrow, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Ravens, while Murph grabs the NFC North, which is those Lions, Packers, Vikings, and the Bears. All right, then. Let's do some ripping. Good luck to everybody, but more importantly, I hope you all have fun. When all the cards are opened, we will random everybody in the break 7 times, and whoever's on top of that list is going to get the jersey in the back. Bourbon knows all about that. We're going to start off with some playoff. Playoff? 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 Shiny stuff in there. Stefan. Oh, the coalition. Champ Bailey. Name I haven't said in a while. My voice is soft. Hellbolt, I have a feeling your skin is soft. Do you moisturize? Noah Igbenogany. That's a Dolphin, AFC East. Oh, yikes. Henry Ruggs? I don't think that's really going to work out for you, Raiders. Haley and Neon Dion. There you go. Joe Reed for the Chargers. There's a Tua. That's a Tua rookie. Danucci. Reese. Gabe Davis. AFC East is already doing well. And then a whole lot of base going on. Barry. Yeah, right? Can't be angry about that, right? Andre Tippett and those old school Minutemen helmets. So you want to hear the ultimate irony? When I played Little League football, our team was the Boston Patriots from Boston, New York, and we had written consent to use that as our logo. That was literally the jersey I played football in. No joke, a Bills fan in a Patriots jersey. But the difference is, it was my own. XCMC. Sinnott Blue Rookie. Hasta la Visca, baby. Actually, showed up with the long haul. This is going to Jacksonville, however. Thomas Brady. He's average. Bond. Hodgins. Rager. a piece of extra paper. Gross Matos. This guy was supposed to be lights out amazing. Still waiting on him. Dwayne Haskins. I wonder how he's going to do. I played for the 49ers as a kid, and that's fitting since I'm a Seahawks fan. Patrick Mahomey. These are a lot of these names we've already. There's Jimbo. A lot of these names we've already talked about. Von Miller, Buffalo Bill. But that one goes to the Broncos. Steve Largent. There's a big name for Seahawks fans. Terrell Lewis. CMC. Judy. Judy's finally getting more looks. There you go, Broncos. Muse. Swain, baby. There's Jalen. There's Jalen. Hey, Bourbon. Do you remember what graded card I got for you when you had me be your personal shopper? Okwuegbunam. Gibby. TJ Hawkinson. I expect so much more from him. I really do. Trey Edmonds. Tyler Boyd getting a lot of looks too. Tanny. Carry on. Okuda in blue. There's an Air Bear. Mostert and Kittle. I think I usually eat that while camping. Largent and Lockett have the same birthday, were born in the same city. Only Seahawks have 3 consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons. That's good news. I like that. Mooney. There's a CeeDee Lamb rookie. Oh, poor Mims. First round pick. All that talent wasted. All right, it speeds up once we get through these. It's like Bang Biscuit. He knows about the Air Bears. And oh, how many Air Bears I pulled in the past. I go on eBay every once in a while to see the price of things, and I'm like, oh, I pulled that. Oh, I pulled that. Oh, I pulled that too. Komet not having the season he was supposed to be having. Russell. Chase. I did not just buy a box. Here's a good one for the Raiders. Damon Arnett. Oh, wait. Never mind. Doug. You haven't missed much. I will tell you. I'll actually show you.
You have the AFC North. Bengals, Browns,
Steelers, and Ravens. Pirine. Bobby Trees. Don't know how much closer the microphone can get. Interesting. Let me see. All right, how about now? Yeah, I know. I'm having an issue with my Focusrite. Oh, I know, Hellbolt. Yeah, don't have a way of fixing that.
So this is actually better.
Than when I'm here. Interesting. I don't know how to fix that. I wouldn't be able to fix that on the fly. Yeah, I have no clue how to fix that. When we get our sound engineer in here, we will try to figure it out. But as of right now, there's absolutely nothing I can do to fix that. I have no idea why one channel is louder than the other. No clue. Absolutely zero idea. It is probably is Windows. LT. Cooks. Ricky Running Waters and Sherry Rice. Uh-oh. And another one. Let me try something real quick.
All right, how about now? Is that any better? Bolt says yes. Okay. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. But currently, I'm running off of a different input that technically should not exist right now. So let's just not talk about it and know that what's working is not supposed to actually exist. With that said, hey, look, Desmond Patman. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot about JJ's rookie year. Ain't that something? NFC North. That's Murph. That's good stuff right there. Good stuff right there. Brian. Dylan. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Daniel Jones. Aeneas Williams. Headhunter. Excuse me, Headhunter. Fat Packs. Just like me. I'm a fat pack. Absolument. Debo Saquon. Julio. Dwayne Haskins. That's a JJ. Derek. Joe Reed. Green Chrome. Rookie. Chargers, we know who that is. Tanny. Jones. There's a LaVisca. You are definitely looking for a Burrow. Zach Moss. You're looking for this guy. Right here. This, Mr. D, is exactly who you want. It'd be cooler if it had some ink on it. See, all Doug had to do is say his name. Say his name. There's a Chase. Oh, there's a Jalen. There's one for Philly. So what about his downfield accuracy? He'll throw it for 5 yards and they'll run for the other 70. Yeah, so you're looking for a low-numbered Burrow with some ink on it. With that said, let's go back to playoff. Anybody else looking for anything? I guess I can move the mic away now. Now my equalizer says I'm yelling. Stop yelling. DC, it's not their fault. Baby Chark. Eddie Reed, Tony G, Ingram, Gurley. Look at that weird uniform. Haji. There's a Gibby rookie. There's a Burrow rookie. There's a Tua rookie. See, look at Dangle said Tua, Tua, Tua. And there it is. That's how it works. Just like that. Legion of Boom. Seedy. That's a good pack right there. Real good pack. Are you ready, Weaver? That's a funny movie reference. If anybody gets it, you are my personal hero. There's Chase. We haven't mentioned that bad boy. More Mooney. Ice Wolf. Maybe that means you'll get the jersey. Or it means you should just keep buying personal breaks. There we go. The creamsicles. Nothing better than a creamsicle all-stot. By the way, after this break, stay tuned for an elite first off the line break that has been purchased as well. I won't say who did it, but it'll be worth a watch, I guarantee. Patrick. Odell. Dangle, to be fair, everybody beat you. Here's a Chase and a Damon Arnett. One of those you can keep, one of those you can throw right in the trash. American hero Pat Tillman to the Cards. Baker Mayfield. McFarlane. Eddie Reed. Oh, nasty. Michael Pittman Jr. AFC South, what's up? Another fantastic wide receiver I failed to mention earlier. Lewis. There's JJ. What is going up, Kaiser? Ladies and gentlemen, Brian the Kaiser Tillman, artist extraordinaire and hero to the inking industry. That man can ink some cards. I've seen him do it online. Aaron Donald, if he could get his anger under control, he could be a good player. Still hate it though. Yeah, well, man, listen, you do a great job. Some people are forced to do things they don't like because they're so dang good at it. Absolute. After this, we'll hit some rookies and stars, followed by some contenders. And then we'll get into the prism where it gets real nasty. Daniel Jones. Who? Dan Jones. JJ. Derek. Juwan. Juwan a Chrome rookie? You got one. Unsung hero, more red zone. La Visca. This looks like the same correlation of the last one. No joke. I think it is. 'Cause there's the Burrow. Same exact pack, more or less. I'm drawing, I swear. Oh man, you're allowed to take as much time as you like, as long as that time is less than 5 minutes. Two Blaster exclusive red parallels. That's 5 minutes. Release the Bracken. No snoozing. There we go. Yeah. Allen Robinson. There's a DeAndre rookie. We're going to be okay with that. We're going to be very okay with that. Russell. Tay-Tay. And Gabe Davis. Little Tay-Tay red action. Another rookie I forgot to mention. Good old Tay-Tay. Speaking of Tay-Tay, who's excited for her album? I know I am. Joshy. Kinlaw. Winfield. Fantastic DB for TB. 4 a.m. wake up for donuts. Time to make the donuts. Hey, what's going on, Murph? Good to see you join. Dak Attack. Jordan Brooks. Murph. You got the NFC North. So you got the Bears, Lions, Packers, and Vikings. You've already pulled some base rookies of Justin Jefferson and DeAndre Swift. And I feel like there's something nice in here. Did someone say donuts? Devin White. Good old Jake Fromm. Star Search. Well, they're still searching. That's the AFC East. Soup sandwich. And another from. There's a Jalen. Great American Heroes. Jarvis Landry. Okay. Apparently he does a lot of USO work. I mean, on the field, he's pretty darn dirty. Tina, eat your food. Come get some ham. Well, man, it was random. Best I could do. Baker. T. Higgins. Boy, did he have a breakout game. They decided to double chase, and T's like, hold my protein shake. All right, contenders. There's an autograph or a rookie ticket swatching here. Ooh, sticker. Focus. You were focusing earlier. There we go. Matty Stafford. There's more T. Come on, Rich. There we go. Aaron Donald. Some say he's good. Those people will be right. Zeke. Fitzmagic. Diggs. The Stash, and some Mims. All right, let's do a little house cleaning. I don't even have my maid outfit. Left that one at home. There we go. First defensive tackle to 100 sacks. Well, I mean, you don't have to go beating us about the head with that stat. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Van Jefferson. Oh, RPA. Hello. What's up, NFC West? Oh, fastest. Slightly less impressive, but impressive nonetheless. That's a nice little card right there. That's true. Doug does know him. Like, literally. Like, they hang out. Chef's like, yeah, I'll take it. Great signature, too. Great card. Very nice. Put that right there. Now that I have all this room to show stuff off. AFC North, NFC North. I'll flip a coin if you both want this. Otherwise, you guys can decide amongst yourselves. Doug does know everyone. Doug knows Bo, and Bo knows everyone. So therefore, Doug also knows everyone. Prism Blaster. All right, here's where we can get some really nasty things. Ronnie Jones, the Deuce. Pinkney. Oh, now that's not too shabby. That's not too shabby, NFC East. How about an Orange Gibby? He's got Robinson breathing down his neck. He's got to step it up. Silver Odell Beckham headed out to the land of Cleves. But don't worry, there's a CD for Dallas. Jalen Johnson. Phillip Rivers in that snazzy Colts uni. All right, Kaiser, man. Take care, bud. And if you guys are not following the Kaiser, you need to follow the Kaiser. Kyle Juszczyk. Quan. Is the stream frozen? Murph says I'm frozen. Anybody else have me frozen? All right, Tangle. Then you're going to miss the first off the line break, but that's okay. That's all right. Take one for the team. A.J. Dillon rookie. And Alshon Jeffrey. These have the exclusive red, white, and blues in them. Those go for a pretty penny. Fuller House. Mark Brunell. Dalvin Cook. Not numbered, but it is cool. Pittman. That's a rookie. Duggar. She'll never know. Julian Edelman. Not necessarily who you may have wanted to get, but AFC East, that's who you got. Russell. I know a guy. Grossmatos. Well, I think they should bring back the red, white, and blue. I like that. It really makes this New England Patriots card pop, as it would a Bills card. And now, for the moment most of you have been waiting for, let's random everybody that was in the break and get this jersey moving. All right, Bourbon, Chef, Dangle, Doug, Ice Wolf, and Murph. 7 times we will random. And whoever's on top after 7 gets it. Chef knows. He's like, all right, congratulations, Bourbon. All right, whoever's on top after this, good luck. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, it's so great. Yeah. Greg! Oh, Greg, buddy, you are here in spirit, man. Oh, buddy. Holy hell, that's too good. Oh, mama. Chef, that's your fault. Oh, God, goodness gracious. Oh. Oh, mama. Oh, I can't right now. Oh. Oh, good. Derek's puking. Oh, God, I gotta get some more water. Hold on. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, random it one more time just for fun. I will. I will just for fun. Just for fun. And it's Doug. Oh, man. All right, Bourbon. You get another one of these bad boys, which is worth way more than you're buying. Like double. Bourbon, are you awake and are you ready? Oh, that's too funny. Oh. Oh, goodness. Oh, I exerted All of my energy right there. Oh, goodness. Right after this, Bourbon did get an elite first off the line, so we're going to crack that as well. Let me get my phone, see if the man's still awake. Oh, that's so funny. Whew. I sent him a text to see if he's sleeping. I'm still going to open it live. I'm just going to give him a minute to respond. All right, he's probably sleeping. So, Bourbon will end up having to watch this video now of all of us dying. So here we go. This is a TriStar Hidden Treasures Game Day Greats autographed jersey. The second out of 2 that Bourbon has won in so many months. Oh, no big deal. Just one of the best offensive guards to ever play the game. How about Steve Hutchinson? Seahawk, Viking, and Titan. 7-time Pro Bowler. 5-team first All-Pro. 2020 Football Hall of Fame. So there you go, a Hall of Famer jersey right there. There you go, man. That's probably a little bit better. All right, Ice Wolf, I will see you next Saturday. I will not be here Thursday or Friday. Well, since Bourbon is not here, we may hold this break until tomorrow, which would be nice to give us something to break for tomorrow. Me too, Ice Wolf. My flight is at like 6:45 a.m., which means I gotta wake up at like 4. Well, yeah, he was an absolute rock of that line. Fun fact, a longtime Seattle Seahawk center taught me how to play the center position. He was a center for them in the 70s. And he happened to be my neighbor, lived 3 doors down from me when I played football. So because of his teachings, I was able to be an undersized center and very effective. Guy's name was Will Grant. Will Grant was a Seahawk and a Bill.
All right, so with Bourbon not being awake, we are going to knock out his other box tomorrow. That means I'm going to call it a night tonight. 2 hours and 10 minutes is A-okay on a Friday. Listen, everybody. This is why we do it. The moments where the insane stuff happens, that is the best part of this. We all knew it was going to be Bourbon. You can't hear me?
How about now? Can you hear me now? Okay. This is why we do this. The ridiculousness of it all. Bourbon. It's just Bourbon. Of course it's going to happen. He's going to sweep in, grab the last spot, and win the jersey. You gotta love it. You have to. As frustrating as it is for those who buy in, it's magical. But 2 hours was and 10 minutes, a very long run. So we will call it a night. I will open this for Bourbon tomorrow if I can get a hold of him, and I'm going to make him watch the video as well. But with that said, listen, everybody, you know this is true. I love each and every one of you. I do. Please take care of yourselves and each other so that we can do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day for a week that you'll see me. You still may see Doug and or Trevor next week on Thursday, possibly, but I will not be here until Saturday. So take care, good night, and